Now, are you doing just the Smackdown TV shows?
I'm doing just Smackdown, yes.
So it's only one day a week.
And then the pay-per-views. And then I also do the international tours, pretty much, like every month. We just went to Guatemala, Panama, and Honduras last month. And next month we have this huge tour of like 2.5 weeks.
Even the easier schedule is impossible.
No, it's crazy. And then, it's the other thing too. As soon as I land, it's like I get back today.
Yeah.
And then tomorrow morning I load in. I'm performing at the Hard Rock in Hollywood tomorrow night with my band. Yeah. So I'll load in tomorrow at 9 o'clock. And then we perform at 9 o'clock tomorrow night. I mean, you did hear the news, right?
I just heard that, actually. I was going to ask you. You're performing at Wrestlemania.
I am singing America the Beautiful.
How many people...
I'm so excited.
How many people are going to be there?
It's a stadium full.
Right.
So I know it's... I've sang for the Giants like 7 times now. And so that's the stadium I've sang... Yeah, I know. It's been great.
Yeah.
So I've sang for them, which has been about 80,000 that they fit. But because there's seats that are actually, on the floor,
right,
it's going to be more.
Is it nerve-wracking, though? Or is this what you've been pushing for?
Oh, I definitely pushed for this.
You did?
I mean, yeah. Did I push for this? No, this came out of the blue.
Yeah.
I just got the call yesterday morning.
And they were just like, hey.
Yeah, they were like, we'd love for you to do America the Beautiful at WrestleMania. And I literally, I was like, oh my God.
Because this was Aretha Franklin's gig at one point.
Yes.
Yeah.
She and I were tied, actually, for the most WrestleManias, 2 each.
And so now you're going to beat her.
I love it. I love it. Yeah, I mean, it's a really special honor.
Yeah.
So I'm very...
But are you going to lose sleep over it?
No.
It seems terrifying to me.
Because I am going to work my butt off. I'm also going to, do a lot of rehearsals. Hopefully I'll get into the stadium beforehand and be able to rehearse it. And... when I say I'm not going to lose sleep, it's just because I'm running on such a high pace that my body wants to do nothing but sleep.
It boggles my mind. And I was at the Smackdown show the other day in Newark. Mm-hmm. And watching you guys go out there, you're not allowed note cards.
No.
Like,
cards.
is this like you're not like that's a rule?
No. That's a rule, and I learned that rule the very first day I showed up on the job, 20 minutes before I was going live on Raw.
So you had all your cards ready.
I had cards that I made up. Well, see, I didn't know that when I first got the job there back in 2009. I didn't know that I was ring announcing that night till 3:30 in the afternoon. So then
what did you think you were doing?
Well, I didn't know because my auditions were all backstage interviews.
So you thought that was going to be the gig.
Yeah, because that's what I did in my audition.
Of course.
So then I show up on Monday, and they're like, yeah, by the way, you're ring announcing tonight. Like, what? And how do you do that job exactly?
So, like, you got guys who are like, that's all they want to do with their life, and they're training their voice.
I know.
And you're sitting there like, I don't know how to do that.
I had no clue. So I sat down, Tony Chimmel and Howard, they sat with me and gave me all the notes. And the thing was, I watched wrestling as a kid, but I didn't watch for many years, so I didn't know a lot of the guys when I did go. So I'm like, I don't even know who these people are. So they didn't give me any time to train or anything like that. Nothing. But it's, back then it was just like sink or swim.
Yeah.
And, I mean, I made it. I have photographic memory, thank God. But, things still happen. I mean, the other night, you saw.
Yeah. I was going to say, because I was close to the ring. I was in the second row, so I could see your face. And you introduced... And I've been there 100 times. Listen, if you ever feel bad about yourself, I once brought in, Adam Walsh?
Yes.
And John Walsh, his father.
Yes. John
Walsh was coming into the studio for an interview, and I said, welcome in, it's Adam Walsh.
Oh, wow.
His son that was horribly mutilated and killed is what I called the father.
Oh, God.
And it wasn't that I didn't know, it was just...
I know, it just happens.
It just happens. So think of every time you think you've done...
Zach.
Because what happened was you introduced... You got the first part. It was Long Island Icy Zack Ryder versus Jack Swagger.
And
Jack Swagger was in the ring.
Me. I know, he's right next to me.
And you go, Long Island Icy Jack Swagger. And I looked at your face and you went, oh!
Like, seriously.
Do they make fun of you backstage when stuff like that happens?
No, not at all.
They don't?
Not at all. Not at all.
That's probably encouraging, but I guess just in this environment we kill each other. Like, I got destroyed for the Walsh mix-up for days and days and days.
I mean, they'll comment. Road Dogg saw me backstage, and he was like, "What was that, Lil?"
Yeah.
And when I know, he goes, at the same time, I was sitting there calling him Zach.
When you're, on that note, like, when you're with The Rock, and he's doing stuff like he does, like, he ad-libbing all the time with you.
Yeah.
How do you keep up? Like, do you just sit there like... Okay, here you go. Like, just hand him the mic and say...
You just got to roll with it.
Yeah.
The Rock, I always know that I'm never going to... I don't know what to expect.
Mm-hmm.
Anything can happen. And I don't know, there's just some chemistry between he and I that we had so much fun together. And we saw each other, actually, because I was in Cleveland.
Uh-huh.
And I was bringing in some patients from the Akron Children's Hospital to meet the superstars and all. So I was backstage.
And it was the day that The Rock was there. That's pretty great.
And he was doing his rock concert.
So yeah.
Yeah, so it's really cool. I mean, we got to talk, and, he was just saying, he's like, if I get one more tweet saying, when are you guys going to do something together again?
Really? Yeah. That's got to feel good for you.
Yeah, definitely. He's like, but he goes, and I know, I want to do something. So we'll see.
Is there anybody who has ad-libbing power the way he did that you see now, or potential, or...
There's a lot of guys. I think Drew McIntyre is really surprising me on the microphone. Yeah, he's really... doing really well on the mic. We've got a lot of guys that, Christian is awesome too.
But he's like a seasoned. He's one of the guys who was around.
So you're talking like up and coming.
Yeah, like who do you see? I mean, even if like the Drew McIntyre thing is a surprise, not because he's bad, but because he's new.
Yeah, and but he just got the microphone again. Oh, another one that I think is really really good on the mic is Alex Riley.
Yeah.
I think he's really good. So hopefully we'll see more Riley for sure. There's some guys that are definitely holding their own. There's a lot of guys on NXT that have been doing really well. Titus O'Neil has been doing really well. So and Percy Watson is another guy. He has that look.
Yeah.
Too that I think can.
Is it funny to you that you've kind of become somebody who can have an expert opinion about this? Because like you said...
I know, is it crazy?
You know what I mean? Because you'd kind of fallen off of the whole wrestling thing when you first started, but you're a part of the business, and you've been involved for so long that you are somebody whose opinion can be trusted. I mean, you've worked with the greatest. Yeah. So is that funny to you?
It's probably funny to some other people. Uh-huh. It's not funny to me in that, I used to... I don't know. I guess I feel like I think... most people know when you are watching something that looks like somebody's just reading or scripted or really genuinely, what a good movie is.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay, you can tell the difference between a good movie and a bad movie.
Yes.
It doesn't mean that you have to be like this expert or anything like that. It just means that you know the difference when somebody's being real and someone's not.
Like I felt something there.
I felt something.
Like, oh, that was good.
Or if the writing was good or not.
Uh-huh.
If the storyline was good or not. You can tell. So I don't think you have to be like this expert. I just feel that you have to really know how to, just engage with what's it coming across. Is it touching you?
Yeah.